Have you ever thought about moving to the Greater Toronto Area? The Greater Toronto Area, or the GTA, is a vibrant and diverse place to live. The region includes Toronto, it includes Durham region on the east, York region on the north, and Peel region on the west, including a few other surrounding areas that are connected as well. It is a popular place to live, but it's definitely not for everyone. In this video, we're going to explore the pros and cons of living here in the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, and hopefully this is going to help you decide whether this is a good fit for you or not. Let's get into the video. Now let's start with the pros first. And number one is multiculturalism. Toronto is a city with a very rich and diverse culture. One of the things that makes Toronto very special is the fact that it has neighborhoods that represent many different cultures of around the world. Some of these areas include Chinatown, Greektown, Little Portugal, Little Jamaica, just to name a few. And believe me, there's a bunch of them pretty much scattered all over the city. Now, if you're looking to move to the GTA and are looking to stay connected to your community, your culture, your country, you're definitely going to be able to find your own people here in the GTA. This diversity adds a vibrance and excitement to the GTA that makes it super unique, and it's the reason why a lot of people who move here for the first time feel very comfortable because they already feel connected to the people right off the bat. Now, I'm a first generation immigrant to Canada. I came to Toronto when I was 3 years old from El Salvador in Central America. I have friends that are Hispanic from all Spanish countries around the world, and I have friends from people of countries of all different places around the world as well. I often eat shawarma. I also have Vietnamese pho, which comes from Vietnam, and I have Hakka food, which is a mix of Chinese and South Asian. I love sushi, which comes from Japan. I stand in line to get Jamaican patties. And just to kind of give you an idea of what I've been exposed to in my life here in Canada, here in Toronto, is the fact that I'm connected to so many different cultures and I like so many different things about different cultures. And I'm so used to it that it's not so uncommon for me to know all these things. And it's very different if you come from a place where there's generally only one or two main cultures, right? So this is what makes Toronto very unique. Hopefully that helps, guys. And let's move on to number two. So number two, guys, is entertainment. In addition to its cultural diversity, the GTA, or the Greater Toronto Area, is a city and region that has a thriving entertainment scene as well. There are many lakes surrounding the GTA. We're definitely known for that here in Ontario. So that provides opportunities for outdoor activities such as biking, outdoor swimming, boating, etc., whatever you can think of, it's available very close by. Toronto is also home to world-class bars, restaurants, and nightlife, making it an excellent place for a great night out as well. The city is a popular destination for concerts, events. Basically, all the biggest acts in the world make a stop in Toronto, generally speaking. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs, we have the Toronto Raptors, the Toronto Blue Jays, Toronto FC. So we have major sports teams in the city as well. So if you're into sports, you'll be able to see, international sports coming to the city, and you'll be able to see your favorite stars here as well. And also with venues like the Scotiabank Arena, Budweiser Stage, etc., it's making it very easy for the biggest shows in the world to come visit our city. If you're looking for a change of scenery, there are also plenty of festivals that go on throughout the year. And just to name a few, we have Caravana, we have Greek Fest, we have Salsa on St. Clair, we have the Pride Parade, we have the Beaches Jazz Festival, we also have Nuit Blanche, the Santa Claus Parade. Man, there's so many things going out throughout the year, it's really hard to even keep up with. So if you're looking for a city with a diverse culture and also a wide range of entertainment options, then Toronto and the GTA could definitely be an option for you. So we're moving on to number three, which is safety. Another pro of living in Toronto is it's generally a very safe city. While there are always going to be some areas that are not as good as others, generally speaking, the city of Toronto is safer around the world. Additionally, Toronto is known for its high quality of life. It has a high life expectancy. It also has free healthcare with our OHIP program. And we also do have a very strong educational system. All those making it a very good place to call home and to raise your family. And just so you know, Toronto has a very low violent crime rate. And the city has a number of different programs to help keep it that way, such as community policing and neighborhood watch programs that we have in place. Toronto also has a well-respected police force, and they're always working hard to make sure that our city remains safe. Okay guys, let's move on to number 4, which is opportunity. Toronto has access to a wide range of job opportunities, and which makes it very attractive to newcomers. The GTA is home to a thriving and diverse economy as well, not just the people, with a range of industries that operate right in our cities. So this includes finance, technology, healthcare, and many more. There's many Fortune 500 companies that operate within the GTA, and that makes it very accessible to skilled workers here in the area. There's also many small and medium-sized businesses that create a lot of opportunity for people who are looking for work here in the GTA. There's also opportunities for entrepreneurs to start their own business, and there's also a pretty good startup scene where you want to get into a business that's just about to start here in the GTA as well. The GTA has a strong and growing economy, which can provide job stability and opportunity for advancement as well. So those who are able to secure a job in the region are really in a good place to stay long term, if you'd like. Number 5, guys, is education. The GTA is home to many excellent schools and universities. The GTA includes universities such as York University, University of Toronto, Ryerson University, just to name a few. What this means is there are plenty of opportunities for education and for you to grow here in our city as well. These institutions provide a wide range of different programs for our kids. This includes undergraduate and graduate degrees, as well as opportunities for research and professional development. The GTA is also home to a diverse student population. It's common to find students from around the world mixing in with the kids who live locally. This can provide a rich and dynamic learning environment for our students as well. We also have a range of education options as well. There are excellent public schools, private schools, independent schools, all giving you a wide range amount of choice for people who are looking for something a little different or alternative. There are also specialized schools here in the GTA, such as art schools, music schools, language schools. There's a very good French immersion program because French is a second language here in Canada. So you can find unique learning opportunities for students for a wide range of different topics, all here within our city. So if you're looking for something specific, it's likely here. We also have educational institutions that focus on co-op learning and also internships that can provide a very valuable real-world experience before they even make it into the job market. All right, guys, so that rounded up our 5 pros. Now let's move on to some reasons why you may not like the GTA or the Greater Toronto Area. One con is the traffic. Now, I know traffic is a major issue in a lot of big cities, but the GTA is no different in that regard. To and from work could sometimes take an hour or even up to 3 hours, meaning you're in 1.5 hours there, 1.5 hours back. And believe me, I've done it before, so I know that it's true. It's important to be prepared for long periods of time in your car or in public transit if you're trying to get to and from work. Toronto is improving on its transit system, and there are a lot of projects that are being constructed as we speak, which are going to make things a lot better. But it is a bit of a slow process, and it's taking a bit of time before they're actually in action and being used. Public transportation, while being usually super reliable, can be crowded at peak times, and it's not something you got to watch out for. Winter driving could also be especially tricky, especially on the first snowfall. Many people are not used to these driving conditions, and sometimes we have spikes in accidents as well, depending on the weather. And that segues us perfectly into number 2 in our cons list, which is winter weather. So winter weather can be a con, but it also could be a potential pro depending on what your hobbies and interests are. So I'm definitely conscious of that, although I can say for sure that winter weather for most people is a bit of a con, to be honest. So Toronto can experience cold and wintry weather, with temperatures often falling well below freezing. This can definitely make it difficult to stay warm, and it increases the risk for slippage. I've fallen a few times in my lifetime here in Toronto, and I'm sure that many people have their own stories as well. So the truth is, some people might find winter weather a significant drawback, especially if you're not used to this type of climate. It can definitely be a shock to a lot of people. Winter weather here in Toronto can lead to some lengthy travel disruptions. So that could be flight delays or just a delay of you getting to your destination in general. You definitely have to add extra time if you know that there's going to be a snowstorm, because things are going to move a lot slower. So this obviously could be frustrating for people who need to get to work or need to get to an appointment or a meeting or something on time. Things change completely. Your day can change completely when there's a big snowfall here in the GTA for sure. So overall, winter weather may be something to consider before you're moving here to Toronto, because it's definitely a thing. However, like I said earlier in our conversation, it could be a pro for a lot of people who have hobbies and interests in winter activities. So if you are into things like skiing, skating, or even playing hockey, which is a big thing here in Canada and the Toronto, Ontario, GTA, etc., then this could be actually a plus for you, because we do have that for a good chunk of the year, and it's something that you can take advantage of if you're here in our region. And I gotta say, for me personally, the scenery outside of my window after a fresh snowfall is actually pretty beautiful. Okay, it's only until you get out there and start touching it and getting cold that it makes things a bit different. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. So the next con of living in Toronto is cost of living. So high cost of living here in the GTA include housing costs and taxes as well as regular day-to-day spending, I would say. So high cost of living related to housing is one of the big factors, with the GTA average price point a lot higher than most other Canadian cities. I would say maybe only Vancouver might have a higher average price. For this reason, cost of living here in the GTA is definitely a little bit higher than other parts of the country. Rent can also be expensive too, in addition to property tax, to sales tax, and just in general living costs here in the GTA. So this definitely could be a big deterrent for people moving into the GTA. However, there is still a lot of people who live here, so a lot of people do handle their bills and their expenses, and they love it. So it really all depends. Let me give you a bit of context though when it comes to spending. First off, let's talk from a renter's perspective. According to the Toronto Real Estate Board, in the second quarter of 2022, the average cost for a one-bedroom apartment here in the GTA was just a little bit over $2,200 per month. That's actually up from $1,800 the same quarter last year. And based on these figures, you'd be paying just a little bit over $27,000 per year for just your rental payments. That's about 32% of the average after-tax income here in the GTA of $85,000. And just so you know, according to conventional measures, about 30% of your income is about the max that you should be spending on housing. Otherwise, you're overspending on the housing component. For homeowners, the cost of living here in Toronto is also pretty high. So according from data from the Canadian Real Estate Association, the average home price for Toronto in 2022 was $1,060,000. This combines all different types of properties, detached, semis, towns, and condos, just so you know. So this means a home buyer would have to spend around $4,500 a month to cover just their mortgage. And this is on a 30-year amortization at a 5% rate, because we know our rates are a little bit high right now in January 2023. And yeah, I would say that's pretty high. This is not including property tax. It's not including any utilities or maintenance. It's not including insurance. So, I mean, expect to pay even maybe a little bit closer to $5,500 once you add everything in. So that figure was based on that $1 million purchase. And for comparison, let's say we bought a condo at $550,000. That condo purchase on a monthly basis would probably be around $3,500 to $3,800 all in. This is including my mortgage now at 20% down. It is including my maintenance fee, my insurance, my property tax, and my utilities. So a few things involved there as a homeowner. Still, I'm like just under $4,000 for a one-bedroom condo here in the city at the moment. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people would say that's pretty pricey. Some people could do it though, but I'm just putting it out there for you. So although there is a high cost of living here in the GTA compared to other cities around the world or even here in Canada, it is still a really great place to live. So this is the reason why we still have millions of people who live in the GTA and pay these rates and are super happy about it too. Now let's move on to the next one. So our last con here is construction and repairs. Now consider this a con because of the ongoing construction projects here in the GTA. It seems to be never ending. Every time I'm on the road, there seems to be another project and another delay, another road closure. And this is why I'm putting this in the list as well. Now, a lot of these projects are due to our growing population, which is a good thing. We need to increase our supply in order to quell the demand. However, it does cause delays, and this is why this is in the list. These projects are resulting in our skyline with a mix of buildings and construction cranes. Roads are also frequently in repair too. The cold winters do contribute to this road closures because snow plowing roads tends to damage them. And this leads to potholes, and it leads to a lot of lengthy repairs which shut down roads throughout the year. Spring is sometimes referred to as our construction season. This is when the temperature gets better and people are able to kind of get back out there to work. So this does cause traffic buildups and also causes highways to undergo repairs and delays as well, sometimes some temporary shutdowns. So living in the downtown core could be especially annoying because we don't have many roads down there, and they're kind of narrow, so if they do get shut down, sometimes you're just going in circles or going nowhere at all. So although the GTA seems to always be in construction, you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there are reasons for these projects. I mean, it'd probably be worse if we weren't in them, just so you know. So you now have learned that the GTA has a diverse culture, and we have neighborhoods that represent different cultures around the world. If you didn't know, now you know. We have a thriving entertainment scene that we talked about. We have a generally safe environment to live in as well. We also have a growing economy and a plethora of job opportunities out here in a range of industries, including finance, technology, healthcare, small, medium, and large-sized businesses, entrepreneurial opportunities, they all exist. We also have a strong education system, a high expectancy of life, and free healthcare. The GTA is also home to many outstanding universities, colleges, and private, public, Catholic schools. Everything you can think of, it does exist here too, providing excellent opportunities for educational, personal, and professional growth here within the city. However, the GTA does have a bit of drawbacks. We have winter weather, we have huge traffic, we have construction going on all the time. And that fast-paced lifestyle might not be suitable for everyone, so that's something you need to really consider. Personally, I've been here over 30 years, guys, and I gotta say that I really do love this city. I love the fact that I can casually communicate and interact with different cultures from around the world. It's so interesting. You can go to cultural events from places that you've never heard of, you've never been, and kind of feel it and be there with these people. I love the fact that we do have 4 seasons. Although the winter gets a little bit of annoying, you know, there are some pluses to it. We go to the park, there's a big snowstorm, and we do tobogganing down the hills with our kids. There's definitely things that you can do to kind of make the most of it. All our homes have heating, and so we can stay indoors if it's too bad outside, etc., etc. We do have systems in place with our cities to do snow plowing, to do salting if there's winter weather. So all these cons do have a bit of a system, and there's improvements ongoing here in the GTA. I mean, this is a place that I call home, and I don't think that I'm ever going to be moving from here anytime soon. I don't really have a reason to. I'm a huge sports fan. I love the Raptors. I love watching TFC specifically, and so I love going to the games and seeing all the big stars around the world come visit us here as well. I mean, anytime that people come over here, family members and friends who have never been to Toronto, they always love it. You know, the nightlife is great, restaurants, etc. So although I did give you some pretty big cons, I would say that for me personally, it's great to live here in the GTA, and this is why, you know, I continue to live here now. All right, so thanks again, guys, for hopping on our video here and you know, watching us as we discuss pros and cons of living here in the GTA. Hopefully it gives you some information that you didn't know before, and it actually helps you in making the decision of whether you're going to live here or not. Now below, we actually do have some links to some neighborhood guides that we've been working on. If you click on the links below, you can actually see some information about all the little specific little neighborhoods within our city. There's about 130 of them in Toronto alone, so very interesting if you guys want to check out what price points are available in these different neighborhoods, what schools are available there, restaurants, etc., how big they are, how many people live in there. And if you do have any specific questions about particular neighborhoods, please put them in the comments below. I'd love to make a video just for you explaining a little bit more about those neighborhoods if you want to know more about it. All right, guys, take care, and thanks for hopping on.